Welcome back to Takeout. This is a jam-packed show, I'm telling you. Next topic, Ukrainian and U.S. officials will meet in Geneva tomorrow ahead of a new round of talks with Russian intermediaries. On the fourth anniversary of the war, Latvia's Foreign Minister, Baiba Braže, joins me now. Madam Foreign Minister, it's great to have you here. I want to read to you something that Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, posted on X this afternoon, saying that he expects the next conversations after what goes on this week will be at the leaders level, meaning he expects to meet face-to-face with Vladimir Putin. And he said, and I think this is the important part, President Trump supports this sequence of steps. This after a phone call between President Trump and President Zelensky. What does that mean to you? What does that sound like to you?
That means very clearly that Ukraine is ready for peace, and Ukraine has been ready for peace and very constructively engaging, but it's Russia that is not ready for peace. There is not single indications that Russia would be ready for something like this. So let's see what their response is.
Would Zelensky say that publicly if he didn't think there was at least some prospect of a direct one-on-one with Putin, that maybe President Trump would either attend also or sanction, meaning agree to and say, I think this is a good process?
This is not the first time President Zelensky has said that.
Right.
And President Trump supports it, like we all do. So because there are technical issues that have been solved, there are security guarantee issues that are on the table. The political issues need to be solved at the leaders' level. Ukraine is ready, US is ready, Europe is ready. We need to see what the arrangement is in principle. We haven't seen indication from Russia it's ready.
You were very close to those conversations. You know
we
what
talk
is,
a lot to all the parties
you have
involved.
a sense of whether momentum is building or not.
Except
You have
Russia.
a sense of it.
Yes, we do. Russia's war is failing. We need more pressure on Russia, more pressure.
What does that
to
look
push
like?
them to the table. Deny income in the budget, so that's oil and gas, which is 40, even more percent in the budget, other resource exports that they have. Deny technology, which is mostly dual use, and that's China enabling it. Deny partnerships, those domains, those jurisdictions that enable evading sanctions, current sanctions. Pretty straightforward, 3 steps from the US, from Europeans, and the rest of the world.
Will Ukraine have to make territorial concessions?
Ukraine is not losing the war. Russia is failing. Russia has not achieved any of strategic objectives on the battlefield. Last year, it lost more soldiers than it was able to recruit. It's losing 35,000 soldiers per month, killed and severely wounded. Russia is not winning. It cannot militarily gain what it wants. So it's trying to push through the negotiations what it can't win on the battlefield. So we have to be realistic that this is not going to happen.
What about the issue of war crimes? You've been very clear about this. Do not let Russia, whenever this ends, off the hook
Absolutely.
in international tribunals for things that have already happened.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you mean by that?
It involves a number of things. I mean, first, there is quite clear registration of Russia's war crimes. With the help of international community and support, Ukraine has been investigating what happened in Bucha. Mass killings, rapes, sexual violence, horrible things, but also in other parts of Ukraine. So there are concrete perpetrators, and it's documented, those whom we know. There are also those who gave the orders, so that's a crime of aggression. That will take a while to finalize, my guess, personal guesses. But then those war crimes and perpetrators have to be brought to the justice system, and they have to be dealt with. Otherwise, it's not going to stop. Those responsibilities are not collective. They are also individual.
Briefly explain to my audience the stakes for Latvia in all this conversation.
So first, our relationship with U.S., it's non-problematic. Our relationship is quite perfect in all aspects, economy, security. We are at 5% on defense already, one of the few NATO allies. And we are investing a lot in defense industry to make sure that we have those capabilities. We have built a fence on the border, so all the border security, mobility, anti-mobility investments on the border come on top of 5%. We are also implementing the sanctions, the EU sanctions against Russia, but also US sanctions on Russia. So one of the few countries who do that. So for us, relationship with the US, the Euro-Atlantic partnership within NATO is non-negotiable. But then on top of that, of course, prosperity is a big thing for us. So we are growing economically. We are number 4 in AI adoption in the world. The ratings were just published, so we're very proud of that. And the U.S. again has played a significant role. We got out of, there were limits by the Biden administration imposed on AI chips exports. So the Trump administration lifted those. So we are able to flourish in that respect. Quantum community, I mean, we are doing very well.
Many things.
Leading drone industry within NATO. So there's
Baiba, Braže, Madam Foreign Minister, thank you much for being here. I appreciate it.
And it was great to be at the Soto last night. I really enjoyed that part.
State of the Union. She was out. She got the acronym down. That's great stuff. Madam Foreign Minister, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.